I've been dreading this day for a long time. Well, this day and some other days. I think I was more dreading trying to make this look good with CSS. But I was also dreading yeah, I was also dreading adding MathJax. For the simple reason that MathJax is really annoying. Well, at least last time I was dealing with it, it was super annoying. Maybe it got better since then, but probably not, if I'm being honest. I don't remember how this works. Can I just do that? Oh, the square isn't even here. That's annoying. I wonder if I broke something with this. I do swap that square. Add that. Why isn't this loading? Everything's broken now that I started streaming. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, I think Pyodite is loading this time. So let me see if this just adds it. Oh wait, even this has the... Hey Aquabeam, what's up? I'm just in the midst of realizing this is more broken than I thought it was. The usual. Okay, so there's a render function here, which calls a restart loop, which goes this document.getElementById editor. Oh, when I switch this... Hey, Datemar, what's going on? The man of experience, yeah. I think it's because I'm getting the code from... I'm trying to get the code from a text area, but I replaced this with a code mirror instance. And I actually don't know how to get the code from a code mirror instance. It's probably just dot value. Maybe editor equals this. So maybe when it restarts here, it should be editor.value. Maybe, I don't know. And try this, and something else crashed. Looks like that didn't work, because it looks like that's white space. So console.log this code. There are a few, man. There are a number of things that I really didn't want to do with this. One of them was make anything look even a little bit good. Because as soon as you try to mess with CSS, everything... Okay, so that's undefined. That's not how you get the code. So after it's mounted, the editor should be updated here. One of them was try to make anything look good, and the other one was adding LaTeX. And for what it's worth, it looks like I'm not going to reach getting LaTeX. I want to hook into this change thing. Editor instance fires the following events. The instance argument always refers to the editor itself. Well, how do I hook into the events? Let's see if this helps. And of course it wouldn't, that'd be way too easy. What did it say? An editor instance fires the events. That doesn't really tell me how you hook into it. Let me just look for an example. Oh, and to make it even harder, there's a new version of CodeMirror that has its own documentation. So there's this value. This is the starting value. Maybe the programming API would help me. Doc.getValue. Get the current editor content. Is doc the CodeMirror instance? I guess it has to be. The options objects passed to the constructor will be mutated when the instance options are changed. So you shouldn't share such objects between instances. Okay, I'm gonna assume that I have to do get value here. And then I'll console log that. And then I'll actually just not do anything. But I will put this to false. And see if that works. Okay, so that gets the code. So now I can do editor.getValue, run Python that. So maybe now this will do what I was expecting it to. So that will move it. And this, okay, so this will leave it there. So maybe now and I can like rotate this. Sure. And it's not, oh, it is rotating. Great. It's rotating really slowly. I guess this is in radians. Oh, and dt is a fraction of a second anyway, so I guess that makes sense. Cool. Anyway, that was fun, kind of. Not really. I'm gonna add all of this stuff. Since I switched to at least a simple version of CodeMirror, I might want to end up switching to CodeMirror 6? Possibly. as long as I'm not really doing anything, but using it as a text box pretty much. But lucky for me, the pain is just beginning because now I get to try to use MathJax with this. And that I foresee is going to be pretty difficult. I should also work on getting a reference to the scene within this terminal. Like, it's called Manum Scene here, but there's no reference to it. It's probably too small for you to even see. And I do have mana, but I don't have a reference to that scene, I guess, yet. I do have the name of the class, though. Anyways, I'm gonna need a way to convert text to an SVG so that I can hook into that from the Python. Components. Getting started with Node, which I'm not using Node. I'll probably just use a CDN. Get MathJax up and running on your website, but you may want to read the details in the link section in order to customize the setup. Include a MathJax configuration in your page. Link to MathJax in the web pages. Okay, and then put mathematics in your web pages so MathJax can display it. I think that's not what I want to do. You have to pretty much have a function that'll do it for me. Maybe this is good enough? Possibly. I'll try putting this in the header. Why is this formatted so weirdly? Anyway, that. But I don't want it to be CHTML. I want it to be SVG. If that's a thing. Configures MathJax input component to use $signs and this as delimiters for inline math. There are many options that can be set this way. See the section on configuring and loading MathJax for more details. And configuring MathJax for the information on the available options for the various components. I think... Oh, and you can use a font cache. I vaguely remember this. That this would use ref tags. And I think I didn't want this to be here, actually. There's the config, and here I see that you can use in tech SVG, which is what I want to do. Once you configured, I'm going to use the defaults. Then you can load the component file you want to use. Most often this will mean you load a combined component that loads everything you need to run MathJax with a particular input. Why did this disappear? Oh, there we go. So this component will allow you to process tech input and produce SVG output. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted it to do from a loading standpoint. Then it's just a matter of using it. Which I think has a tech to SVG function like this. Well, I can tell because that's used on this example page. Oh, well, this is a promise, which probably won't be useful for Manum. There's probably not much. If you encounter a MobJect that needs an SVG, I'll probably just have to block until that SVG is generated. Asynchronous typesetting, that's not what I want. This doesn't take the initial typesetting that MathJax performs into account. Typesetting user supplied content. This is what I want to do. Blah, 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 blah. It's very flexible and stuff. In order to limit the potential interference that will be caused by the mathematics entered by your readers, MathJax provides a UI safe extension. This extension filters the mathematics on the page in order to remove problematic attributes, like JavaScript links. Converting a math string to other formats. MathML to SVG. I don't think I need MathML. This is so close. It has tech to CHTML. Let me see. If I load the SVG component here, and then say that when this started, I'll just log MathJax itself, see if that works. And I think it did. No, MathJax is not defined, and that actually makes sense. But the only reason that makes sense is that it's loading, the loading is async, which I guess I don't want. Because I gotta need it pretty much immediately. Okay, great. Now I have a tech to SVG function right away. Although I don't know what E and Q is. Wait. To SVG promise, to MathML, which I don't know what MathML is, and to MathML to MML promise. And all four of these functions require an argument that is the math string to be converted. You can also pass a second argument that is an object containing options that control the conversion process. The options that can included are display, interesting, EM, EX, container width, line width, and scale. Okay. If I come back here, can I save this? want to save this to a... There we go. Oh, my... Well, I guess my face isn't covering it that much if I move it over here. We can do tech to SVG, and then pass in some tech here. I don't know, x squared. And this goes back an SVG, so that's perfect. So I should be able to, whenever Python needs to convert a text string to an SVG, I can shell out to this. But it's using this. Can Manum use defs? It probably can. I hope it can. But I think can you horizontally align the console on Chrome? Like this? Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. Well, now it feels kind of cramped. I don't know. Really, I should just maybe put it in its own window. But I'm not sure if Manum's SVG interpreter can use defs tags. Maybe I could just test this. Can I just copy this? And try to make like an SVG object, I guess. Hold on, I have to at least SVG. I don't know if there's like a name for whatever SVG is based off of. Did it prettify it? Please. What do I do? Okay, guess I won't use that one. I should use XML, yeah. Then I can probably put this here. Great. So now just this simple one is actually pretty useful. So I'll do another one here. SVG test. It's like X equals SVG. I actually don't even know if this works in OpenGL. Probably not. Although LaTeX works, so I guess this should work. I don't even know what you pass to this. File name. And then self.wait. All right. I have basically zero faith that this will work. Yeah, that kinda did what it was supposed to do. Except for those errors. So then the question is, if it has this much of a problem triangulating this or whatever, then is it worth using these SVGs at all? It can use def tags, I guess. I guess I could possibly... I mean, 3JS has an SVG engine, but I'm not sure if I can use that as a drop-in replacement. Actually, there might be... Maybe there's something else up with this? Though I kind of doubt it. I wonder why that only happened with the 2. Let me try something simpler. Let me try just a 2. Okay, copy that. Yeah, something's up with the way it triangulates 2s. Although if I know I can just use a tech MathJax, well, I hope. In this case, I mean, that works. Maybe I should just bring it over anyway. Maybe I'll just end up bringing it over anyway. And then if there are errors in the triangulation, then trying to address those afterward. But I'm also gonna check options. To see if there's a way to disable the defs tags, and I don't really think that'll make a difference. I guess there's a chance. It's called global cache or something. Nope. No, font cache global. Settings below describe the different places you could put such configuration. For information, the options that you can set for each of the components you configure in MathJax. So I want to see this. Oh, this is the pages. So is it going to tell me? The options that you can set for each of the components. Why isn't it telling me? If I choose loading them individually... If I look at Tech SVG full, for example... It's not telling me much about how to configure it. Maybe here. Well, it gives me options for the tech. Wonder if it does that for each of the components. Input processor. Output processor. Okay, then I can look at SVG. this is telling me several of them. Oh, okay. So that gives you the font cache option. So this is all of them. Okay, so just to see if it works any better. Oh, whoops. I wanted to look over here. Just see if it helps to disable the cache. So these should be the defaults. Okay, so you do script, you type all that out, and then you load it. Great, so I'm gonna change this from global to none. Yeah. Okay. So then I load this. And tag to SVG of a 2. If I look at the SVG now, okay, now it doesn't have a cache anymore. Maybe that makes a difference. It probably doesn't. Hey, Blake4096, what's up? I'm just busy struggling with MathJax. Although, honestly, at this point, the bigger problem than MathJax is... Wait, why is this not formatted? The bigger problem than MathJax is, man, I'm not triangulating correctly. Okay. Oh, this is reading the SVG. I love Kotek. Well, as far as I know, current color is not a recognized color. Let's put black. As far as I know, Kotek can't be used to generate SVG. Maybe it can now? Okay, now there's just nothing here. Oh, because I made it black. No, it still does this. Oh well. I mean, there was a PR in the 3 blue and brown version recently to improve triangulation. So maybe it's just a matter of that. I want to make sure... so first of all, the caching didn't help at all. I'll still leave that at none, actually. But hopefully that 2 is a special case. Like if I do this 1... Beautify, copy. Okay, then look at the SVG. Oh, it does the color again. I guess... Yeah, this worked. Maybe the 2 is just uniquely bad or whatever. Okay. Anyways. I do have a way to convert LaTeX to an SVG online. So now I'm gonna have to hook that up. Keybinds, okay. So if why don't I just try to add this right now? So if I do self.text SVG like tech, I'll do MathTech. What even happens? Okay, MathTech is not even defined, so that means it's not imported. Yeah, so here, I guess there's SVG MobJect. There's this port of ZLaTeX written in Rust. And that's pretty helpful. Will probably be pretty helpful. I don't know anything about it, and so I'm going to stick with this just because it works. And it works pretty straightforwardly. But I'll keep that in mind, especially since the SVGs from this seem to be causing some problems. So this is kind of weird. I was importing SVG MobJect, I think. Type setting. Okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. Man, I'm so like not used to my keybinds right now. There's a regular SVG MobJect. Just something interesting. Yeah, that's fair. And there's the tech MobJect here too. This says MathTech. Maybe there isn't an OpenGL MathTech. Nope, there is an OpenGL tech MobJect. Oh, that must be an Manum OpenGL? OpenGL text MobJect, and this is also imported. Did I type OpenGL? Oh, I put OpenGL SVG. Now I can't tell if it worked or not, but I think it isn't. Yeah, it's making this error. Why don't you just rerun this? Also, I'll take a look at that thing. You should also, I looked at Kotek before. I think this is what Grant recommended this to me a long time ago. And the problem was that I couldn't find a way to make this render to SVG. For example, this isn't SVG. It's a font. Which is pretty impressive for a font, to be honest. But apparently all these symbols are in a font. As far as I know, it's Gliss with CSS to handle positioning. Gotcha. Yeah, so if this doesn't have a way to create SVGs, then Oh, whoops. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it doesn't. Then this... I guess I can't tell if this supports SVGs or not. I mean, if it's a LaTeX engine, I guess we use like DVI to something. So we'd have to see if whatever that command is. Hardly got anything to do with true LaTeX, but it's fast, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So I'm actually gonna keep that cache disabled. Looks like it's in the works. Since 2015. Maybe. It looks like people kind of stopped caring. Okay, so I'm going to change this example code. I think I want to keep this here, actually. Call this like example 1. Then I'll update this. And I'll just put 3. I don't know. It just won't do anything there. And I think this already crashed before I even ran it. Don't have to log that anymore. I'll still log it. Okay. OpenGL single string MathJax. LaTeX failed, but did not produce a log file. Tech to SVG file. So OpenGL Tech Module 232. Here it tries to... Okay, so it takes tech, a text string, and tries to create a file from that. Who knows how that's gonna fail, but there's no way it'll work online. Then it takes that file and passes it to OpenGL SVG object. So, 2 things. First, this needs to create a string, and then this needs to accept a string. Luckily, okay, so if then I can do both of these. Holy documentation. Alright, so we're gonna take in sys. Oh, wasn't trying to do that. Okay, here I'm gonna just shell out to JS. Am I a different file again? I have to do svg string equals tech2 svg string. What is environment? Environment and text tech template. Whatever those are, I probably won't be able to reproduce them. What's the string? The string containing the environment in which the expression should be typeset. Yeah, I don't know if I can reproduce that. There's probably a way to do that. Like, if it's possible to use the double dollar signs and then put whatever you want, and it'll render that, then it should be possible. LaTeX output is far superior to writing input in the language. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Writing input in the language. So I can put double dollar signs. Oh, it's painful to write. Yeah, that's super true. X equals 1, double dollar sign. I can't tell if it worked or not. Well, I guess it worked. Wait, no, it didn't. I can't tell if it worked. Tech to SV. I guess it didn't work. We don't have a better alternative. It's true. Let me see if I can... This is annoying me. Line star? I forgot how to write LaTeX. Like this. Okay, if I try to... Where'd it go? Try to render that. I guess it worked. Maybe not. JSX to LaTeX PDF system. A lot of LaTeX symbols are having absolutely no idea how to actually use LaTeX. Interesting. Well, if you end up doing an engineering degree or something like that, it'll come in handy then. There's probably a way to use MathJax to typeset like an environment or whatever. Misplace ampersand. But whatever it is, I don't know it. Yeah. So let me start from here, and then I'll try to print the SVG string. I think this should be fairly simple. Back to SVG string. I can come over here. JS map up haircut. And then this. I consider myself pretty good at LaTeX, but switching back to it after a while reminds me how excruciating it is to get a firm footing. Yeah, that's really true. There are a lot of features of it that you just never have to use, like, ever. But if you take the time to learn it, it can do basically anything you want it to. It's like Linux. Like, annoying to use sometimes, but really powerful. And something about that didn't work. SVG string equals js.text SVG string file whatever. Cannot read property length of undefined? That's weird. Or manum. Yeah. Okay, something about this didn't work. Oh, I didn't pass the string. That'll do it. Manum is complicated in a complicated for no good reason kind of way. And then other things are complicated in a complicated for possibly a good reason way. Object HTML element. Wait, that's good. That's kind of good. And this actually makes sense. Because this is like a node. And what I want to do most complicated things are complicated for no good reason. Nah. That could be true. I guess if you draw a distinction between complicated and complex, then things are probably complex for good reasons and complicated for not very good reasons. Okay, so now, if I do this again, it'll print me a node, and this isn't. Will this thing stop? Now it's printing so many errors, and I can't make it stop. Life's hard. Okay. Let me grab one of these. Go to the bottom. Gonna have to start that one over. Okay, so if I do this, this returns a node, which isn't a string. So what I want to do is like temp2 dot get child by something. I haven't done this in a while. Element by ID. First child, last child. Child element by... This might be what I want. Doc.child nodes to iterate through each span and then filter those for whose class name equals whatever. Okay, so I guess we just have these child nodes. It looks like this only has... Looks like it's just the first child. So I can just do that dot first child. Dot outer HTML. Great. Perfect. I guess I should just close this when I'm not using it. Oh wait, but I need this pretty much all the time. Because there are always random bugs. Okay, keep that there. Okay, great. So this SVG was printed from Python. Great. So now the OpenGL SVG object, that needs to accept a string. So it takes a file name and does ensure valid file. I love how I can't tell where the file gets read. It's probably here. Ensure valid file. Reads file name and determines whether that given input file name is valid. Oh, this doesn't parse the file. It doesn't read the file or whatever. OpenGL vmobject.init. Path string to mobj. Where does the file get read? It must be something OpenGL vmobject. Would that make sense though? Sure. Do this. At this point it's already moving into position. So I guess it was in this Vim object. I'm gonna have to step through it in a debugger. That's what's gonna happen. I know what it probably is. It's probably generate points or something is overridden in SVG MobJect. Yeah. And this is going to parse self.file path. Okay. I'm pretty sure minidom.parse can take a string. So here, take a file name. I gotta copy this down here. I'm gonna add svg string. Yeah, replace svg string. I guess I can just do this. Then that's a weird line. Why would it be like that? OpenGL SVG MobJect. Why is it or self.file name? Okay, I guess I'll just do it the way that makes sense to me, which is just saving it here, and then later on that's gonna cause a bug somehow. But better off understanding than not understanding. Okay, so now I have the SVG string here. Actually, I should... No, yeah, that's fine. And now here... XML DOM mini DOM. Yeah, this is parse string. It's weird that it doesn't have the Python casing. Anyways, so at this point the SVG string should be already saved, so I can do if I'm gonna do this. Great. And I don't believe this will work for a second. But gotta start somewhere. And we got a crash. Object is an attribute file name. And that's true. This is why we need typing, so we can like guarantee something about which data is held by certain MathJax. You have way too many buffers open. Okay, so here it doesn't have a self.file name. This line must be doing something really weird. Because this line means, if this doesn't crash, that anytime you don't pass a file name, there's already a file name already on the object. Which is a really weird contract to have. I'm just gonna comment this out. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just always do this since it's just none. Something is up with my keybinds again. Buffer move next. Interesting. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Oh, I did that. Darn. I'll change this to this. Never use Vim, folks. Okay. Was that like SVG object? Okay. The same thing. If self.file name is none, ensure valid file, SVG object 104. This is not the exact same thing. If here it's doing that ensure valid file, okay. So that should just be commented too. Current color is not a recognized color. I guess that's a better problem to have. But it seems like all of these use this like current color thing in the SVG. Is there a way to just ignore the color tag? There should be, I think. Web to hex. Parse color string. SVG style utils 171. So here it's doing a parse color string, and that string is like current color, which won't make sense to Manum. Style at fill equals none. I wonder what this can parse color string. Looks like it has to return a hex color. Maybe I could just default to white or something? Count the SVG specific color strings and convert them to HTML. What is current color even supposed to do? That text color through SVG to pass that text color through the SVG shapes. I don't like this song. I don't know why. I guess that could theoretically work in Manum, but we'd have to like keep track of which color was currently being used, which is too annoying. So I'm just gonna say if and current color let's just return white. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Okay. I wonder if there's a way for it not to do the current color thing. Replace black with current color. Oh, someone wanted to do this. Could the SVG output set stroke and fill to current color? Well, guess, okay. MathJax stroke and fill color value and generate SVG's current color. This correct output for the MathJax. Note that the SVG element has color red in its style property, which, when the SVG is used on a web page, will cause current color to be red. Okay. Leaving it white is probably as good a default color as anything. It's the same thing. Web to hex of color spec. Like it's not the same thing. Line 122. Web to hex of color spec. Wait, it got through this. How? Current color is not a recognized color. So I got to this. This is what the platform should have been this. The color spec should have been current color. Am I this bad at programming? Maybe I didn't recompile it or something. I don't think that's gonna fix it though. Yeah, same thing. Parse color string. Okay. Go ahead and print both of these. And see if that sheds any light on this. I tend to convert color names like red to hex color. I wonder if what is web to hex? Yeah, that won't help. Mscripten and current color. Oh, it's current color, but this is uppercase. And here it's lowercase. Okay. Well, I guess maybe web to hex should just do this. No, whatever. Hopefully that was enough to fix that. Same thing. Oh wait, I think it's in a different place. Now it's in web to hex. Wait. Style utils 124. So it returned the hex color? Hex color equals web to hex of... Did I not save something? Forced long. Now I'm starting to think I'm doing something like horribly wrong here. Starts with this. Here, web. I guess it's just calling out web. This is where it does web.lower. Maybe I should just move the check here. Like, not try to just... Since this is always the place where it crashes. Then just return... Yeah, white. See if that works better. Okay, it's not crashing, but I also don't see it. Why would it not appear unless I hit that button? Also, it's jagged. No, I think that makes sense that it wouldn't appear unless I press that button. Okay, so the fact that this is jagged means the orientation of this curve is probably the wrong way. Did I never fix that? And why is it so big? Oh, I wasn't saving. Well, I don't know if I was saving style utils or not. So it does move into position. Then it says self.height and width equals whatever, but it doesn't look like it's setting the height and the width. I actually don't know how you set the height. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe that's not a thing. Is this thing just not working? Okay, so set height is the thing. Well, I wouldn't want it to be stretched. Okay, that kind of looks like a 3. The height is off, though. This isn't height 1, is it? Does the square have radius 1 or side length 1? I know the circle has radius 1. Yeah. I think you're right. Maybe that is 1. Though I don't know why it wasn't set to that height before. No, not that far, but like... Oh, it is. Who would have thought? Anyway, I need this bigger than 1 in that case. This thing is jagged AF. I guess there are better ways I could try to triangulate it. But still looks pretty wrong. I wonder if reversing the points will help. Axis equals 0. Oh, I can't scroll this. That is delightful. And it just froze. Guess I'll try that again. I wonder if I was probably taking up too much memory somewhere. Possibly. I'll have to look into how to properly dispose of 3JS objects. Man, this load time. The right animation kind of worked. It looks like when it starts, it's already almost finished. Oh, that has to be passed to the play call. Oh, well. But from this, even the outline looks like it's jagged. I wonder if this is some sort of rounding error? I'll look in the rendering code. And see if I can reverse its orientation. And I'll restart this because I feel like it'll crash my browser. Have its own font. Totally. So I am setting orientation still. I guess I can just reverse this. Oh no. Let's see. Is that the only thing where I reverse the orientation arc? I guess I do it for tech MathJax. I feel like my computer is going way slower than usual. Maybe this. I just don't want to do this. Or I guess I'll do it the right way. It might be worth taking the SVG string from the from MathJax and trying to put that directly into Man and trying to see if even that'll work. Oh, something happened. It's back to the current color thing. I must have done something with that when I saved. Web to hex. This time it's parse color string. It's not in the other thing. SVG style utils. Okay. Alright, this is way too slow now. I have to start this over. I don't know why this slowly gets slower. But here, this is passing to web to hex. And then web to hex should have had this check. And it does. So how did that happen? How did this go to color.py? It went from style utils 119, which is here, and then it went to the color library. Are there two web to hex functions? Oh no, we have a function called, or we have a file called, oh I commented the library code. This is a package called color. Okay, so let me not do that. So it has to be here. So we can try that again. Sounds like a memory leak, yeah. When your Vim is as complicated as mine, it can get really difficult to track those sort of things down. Okay, so it didn't crash immediately. I think this part looks smoother with the orientation flipped, but everything else is pretty much terrible. I forgot where that even was. Here. I flip it again. So here, the bottom looks perfect, and the top is like kind of smooth, but not really. I should also update the example code here. Great. And now it actually looks this. Oh, I have to do this. And then try that. Yeah, so this part isn't as jagged. Well, this part is more jagged now. So flipping the orientation did help. But it didn't help enough because it's still like not that good. I wonder if it's just a... if it's something to do with rounding errors? That wouldn't make that much sense, actually. Okay, so now... Okay, so this is the SVG for that 3. Okay, so now I'll try running that again. Okay, so this can't even triangulate it that well. So this is a triangulation issue. Yeah, it's doing pretty much the same thing. This is actually good. This means that the web version is faithful to mana. It's faithful to the offline version. We did it. Although I guess the orientation had to be flipped. That's weird. So from here... It was a hard-fought battle, but we got there. So... yeah, I assume there's nothing wrong with this SVG. I just view it in a real... How do I do this? Why can't I see it? Weird. I don't want to use Adobe. is it not even displaying the default one? That's weird. Well, all the web tools aren't working. So I can't tell if it's a valid SVG or not. I mean, hey, maybe that means it's not a valid SVG. And that's why it doesn't appear. Yeah, it's just not appearing. That's kind of weird. Let me change this to something else. Oh, maybe it's a wide SVG. That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, it actually does have this both white. Okay, so if you put it in a... Wait, why is this a 1? Hold on. Okay, so this had to be the one for the 3. And copy that. Let me go back to the slightly better viewer. Oh, so this here it appears. And it appears perfectly. So this is a valid 3. So... Dang, now I don't know what to... I guess I have to try to fix the render, the SVG renderers more. Although even this one has some weirdness around this area. For some reason. Data... I wonder if any of these things matter. It's like width, height, roll, focusable, all this stuff. Data C equals 33. I don't think any of this affects the way it looks, although maybe it does, I don't know. Okay, let me try a different number. That looks okay-ish, but even that's like scratchy around parts of it. That looks slightly better. But it still has this. This makes me think there's something up with the SVG. Like, this doesn't look that good. Hold on. Let me put this in the web thing. How do you rerun this or whatever? I fail to understand. Oh, I got the 3 again. I do not understand this. Should I be printing? One of these must have been the one. There. Oh, and this looks almost perfect. So there is something up with Manum's SVG renderer. That's unfortunate. And I know the 2's messed up. I wonder if this one breaks it that bad. Assuming this is even the right one. Yeah, I think it's even worse. Like a cape. Yeah, that's kind of cool. In a not that cool way. In a all of my dreams are for nothing because of this broken SVG renderer kind of way. I mean, I could. The 4 looks good at least. Maybe there's a way to... The 6 looks pretty bad. Maybe there's a way I could... try to see what's going on with these? Maybe. What if I do pi? Looks fine. Okay, I guess you just use a regular E. Guess that's not how you do that. Anyway. They look really handwritten. So my options are basically to find another way to convert LaTeX into SVGs, or I don't know, possibly try to bring the LaTeX compiler that Manum uses online somehow. Yeah, I don't know. The most correct thing to do would be to fix this freaking useless SVG renderer. Because it's a problem with Manum at this point. Let me see if it messes up the 7 that bad. Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, ask Mr. Mall Iron Maker for how to address this, possibly. But I'm pretty stuck for now, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could just ignore it and like... What was the old example? I forgot all of the old example scenes. Maybe it's still here. This. So if I were to try to bring this over. UGL tech. Okay, I guess that should work. And then MathTech, this. Don't know how many of these need OpenGL. Let's see. And I don't think there's a way to wait yet. Okay, I think that should work. Example, text equals that, tech equals that. The config at frame width might do something weird. Let's see. Yeah. Wait, why is this italic? OpenGL. Is this text? Wait, there should be a way to make this like not math, right? Oh, but since I'm compiling it through MathJax, it must be doing that. Okay. Also, why did the right just not work at all? Oh, I actually know why, because it this LaTeX isn't cached. And so it has to generate this LaTeX each time, and so that slows it down. Okay. Well, I guess I have some work to do, and oh yeah, edit did that. Some work to do in figuring out the SVG renderer. Yeah, but I'll have to do that later. So instead, I'm going to find someone to raid. Everyone's doing binary search. That's like the new hotness. How about this person? This person only has 3 viewers. Assuming it... Well, they've been going for 3 hours. Okay, guess... How about this person? 2 hours. That's a little bit better. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching, although the end was pretty disappointing there. But hopefully I'll be able to find a solution to that later. And I'll see you guys in the next stream or the Discord. So see you guys.
Not that great, or why there were so problems you had. Oh my god, here is a raid. Euler? How do you say that? Euler 4? What's happening? Thank you very much for the raid. What's happening, raiders? What y'all doing? How's your stream? What did you do on your stream? What's going on? Tell me some more. We haven't met yet. Hi, I'm Night Simon, and we are here studying algorithms, grinding every day 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m. Pacific time, we meet, we grind algorithms, and one day we're all gonna get into Fang. And that's what this channel is all about. What have you guys been up to? I guess you could call it porting latex to GL. Latex. That's like latex is that math thing, right? I mean, I think this is what. How can where are the latex things? Yeah, when you can write like the integral of something and it looks very mathy. Yeah, I think like this kind of stuff. Oh, that's pretty neat. I don't know much about latex or WebGL, but have you ever heard of